Hello and welcome to this jazz guitar lesson. I'm Chris Whiteman and thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at the whole tone scale and some applications for its use in a 2-5-1, both quarterly and with single note lines. So we're going to be looking at a 2-5-1 in the key of C major. We're going to have D minor 7 is going to be our 2, G7 is going to be our 5, and C major 7 is going to be our 1. And we're going to be using the whole tone scale for the G7 chord. So the whole tone scale is unique in that it is a 6-note symmetrical scale. So a lot of the scales in Western music are 7 notes, right? Our major and our minor scales. And they contain a series of whole steps and half steps. Whole tone scale, purely whole steps. It's very easy to see if I stay on one string. So if I play the G whole tone scale on the 6th string, we get G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, and then I'm going to be back at G into the 2nd octave. I'm going to play it in position down here. So we have G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, 2nd octave, G, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, F, into the 3rd octave, G, A, B. So if we do an analysis on the scale degrees, we get a root, a 2nd, a major 3rd, a sharp 4, a sharp 5, a flat 7. Into the 2nd octave, we get a root, we get a 2nd or a 9, we get a 3rd, we get a sharp 4 or sharp 11, sharp 5th, flat 7, root, 9, 3. So if I look at what I get harmonically from this scale, I get a G7 chord. G is my root, F is my flat 7, B is my major 3rd, D sharp is my sharp 5. I also have access to the sharp 11, but I usually don't want to give up the sharp 5 because that's really the tension that is associated with the whole tone sound. I also get the natural 9. So the A natural I'll put on top there. So that combination of the sharp 5 and the natural 9 is what definitively tells you that you're coming out of the whole tone scale. I mentioned earlier that the whole tone scale is a symmetrical scale built on whole steps. That means any chord voicing that I create from that scale, I can move in whole steps. Just the upper structure, I'm dropping the root. I can add the 9. And if I put this into the context of a 2-5-1, I'll play D minor 9. Then I'll go to my G7 sharp 5. Resolve to C major 7. Hopefully that's going to start to get the sound in your head. And now let's look at some single note lines for the 2-5-1, where we're going to be treating the 2 chord with D Dorian. We're going to treat the G7 with the G whole tone scale and the C major 7 with a C major scale. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you found this information useful, and I'll see you next time.